All right, thank you for tuning in. And this is Ragic Office Hour. Let's get started on your question. Okay, can daily workflow be used to update formulas in subtables? Basically, yes. I have a tab with employee certifications. Each certification has an expiration date. I made formulas to calculate the days between today's date and expiration date of the certification. I've added a line db recalculate all tab name. Should be a path to the sheet instead of tab name. And in the daily workflow, but it doesn't trigger a recalculation when daily workflow is executed. Only way to update the formula is by adding a button and execute a command on each entry, which is time consuming. Is there another way to do it? Yeah, you could do this with daily workflow, but this is not. You should be entering a reference to a sheet. Let's do an example. For example, let's use the time calculation sheet, although it doesn't have any data, but let's go to the daily workflow. So you want to add it in the daily workflow. For example, we already have a recalculate all line to the office hour sheet, which is this one. So it's gonna do a recalculate all there. And this is going to recalculate all the formulas on the sheet, including the formula for the subtables. So in your case, I think if you're only referring to the tab like this, then it's not going to work. So you need to refer to the tab and the sheet. Okay. So, and you can also use the help of the JavaScript workflow generator. So it's gonna provide you with the proper line to do the recalculation, and it will hint you that it needs to be the tab folder and the sheet index instead of just the tab folder. Okay. When you are calling the recalculate all function, you need to pass in the path to the sheet instead of the tab. For example, this sheet can be referenced as office hour 2. You can also use the workflow generator for help on how to use the flow functions. Right, thank you. And next question. Fix a bug with jumping URLs. Please do something over running away URL bug when you open a few records of the same sheet and edit and save a single record. The rest of the tab will turn into the last edited record. Okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. And we do have an internal working ID, issue ID that we're working on this, and this will need some change to our current record loading architecture. So it's not going to be like super easy to fix, but it's definitely changeable. We do realize that this kind of behavior could be a little bit strange for some users. So yeah, I do see what you mean on in the video. So basically what Ragic does is currently what it does is that for a single user, it's gonna assume that you're opening only one browser tab, and it's gonna keep track of that single browser tab's status, so that we know which record you're on, which filter you have on, and the the sorting configuration that you have on basically each sheet. So what needs to be changed is that we need to basically change this so that you can have different um, different browsing status on each individual tabs, which will probably be need to record it on your URL, on the browser URL. So that would be a pretty big change, but we're already working on this. And thank you for your feedback. Mm, Working on the fix to make multiple tab browsing and editing more intuitive. Thank you, Anton. Okay. Next question. Mandatory sheet version. Okay, Jeff, please tell, is there a way to avoid some records to be opened as another version of the sheet? Okay. For example, I have two types of an order, a direct cost and an operational expense request. They both have the same set of parent and children, supplier contract, invoice, bank accounts, and so on. Okay, but have their differences in detail. And it's undesirable that the DC can be opened as OPEX and vice versa. Okay, so you want to make sure that it can be only opened in one version. Usually that's done by access right setting. I thought the fixed filter could actually make it, but it can't. Another version of the sheet is still accessible by the left pane menu, which is becoming a real problem together with the bug from my last message. Users jump chaotically between versions and go crazy. Please advise with workarounds. Okay, so you want to have records to be opened with one version, and but I suppose the user have access to both versions, and you would like it to be only be able to be opened with one version of the sheet. Let me read the question again. Sorry. Hmm. Okay, I think my understanding of the question should be correct. You know, the user does have access to both versions, and fixed filter, fixed filter does not, fixed filter currently does not unallow you to access a record on that sheet, but but it is a fixed filter on the records. So, but you do have access to those. I think currently the workaround would be that if we can have a configuration to disallow users to access records outside of the fixed filter, that might work. Hmm. Okay, yeah. Currently, I think the I don't have a real workaround for you yet, but yeah, from our side, I think if we have a configuration where you can make sure that a record can only be accessed, no, a record cannot be accessed at all when there's a fixed filter around that sheet, then that could probably fix your issue. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that this is kind of the thing I would suggest for now, for us to make the change. So I will let you know if I come up with another solution after the webinar. Solution would be for Ragic to support an option to not allow access to records outside of a fixed filter. Directly. I will let this and keep you posted. All right. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, next question. Is there a formula or another method to retrieve information about the last comment in the comment section? Just who and when commented last. Users ask me because it would be useful to see on a listing page if there's any update since their last comment. We appreciate any help. Thank you. And yeah, we currently don't have that information with formulas, but hmm. Yeah, I guess we could probably add a special field to do this or a formula. I'm not gonna decide how to support this right now, but I do think that this is a useful feature that we can add so that we can show the last commented date and person on the listing page. And I will talk to our development team on this too, and see if we can come up with a good simple solution for this. To support the display of last comment date and person on the listing page. Okay, thank you for your feedback on this. Yeah, I think it would be helpful. We use the comments a lot in our team too. So yeah, having a field on the listing page showing who commented last would definitely help. Okay, next question. I have a customer database and I have software that lets me select zip codes within a certain radius. Okay. So within a certain radius, I'm assuming that it's gonna have you enter an address or maybe or maybe enter an address or capture the geolocation of your current location. It will kick out a list of 20, 50, 500 zip codes based on my criteria. It's comma based. See attachment. Can I take the data and search within Ragic for all customers with those zip codes? Huh, interesting. So it's gonna have a comma separated. Oh, okay. So you would like to search for any customers with any of those 592 zip codes. Yeah, I think we do have some kind of solution. There should be some way you can do this. So when you're filtering, you can filter out records by regular expressions. So I suppose you could turn this into some kind of regular expression. Okay, let me see how I would do this. Okay, customer. So I'm gonna do let me find a sheet with more records, or I'll have to create a few more. I guess this will have to do. Customer name, ABC. Okay, let's at least have a few more records. So, yeah, to make this easier to understand, I guess I will, let me add a zip code field first. And let's go to the listing page and add the zip code field. Oops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Okay, let's say we have these records. So you should be able to filter out records with regular expression like this. So let's see if the conditional type help, which equals to one of. Oh, you have to like enter this here, like this. Okay, just a sec. Let's say we have a text field like we have some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's say we have these four zip codes that we would like to use. So, but this, yeah, I don't think this will work in a scale because you do have hundreds of zip codes that you want to query. So the workaround I would suggest for now is that we can do a regular expression match. So whenever if you want to enter a regular expression to match a field, you could do it pretty much like this. And if you have a list of zip codes, and you could do a replace like this. Oh, let's just do find and replace. Then we can replace all the commas with the pipes. So in regular expression, the pipe means that or. So it's gonna be, it means that any one of these numbers will do. So if it's a regular expression, then we search it like this. So then we search it, and it's gonna search if the record matches any one of those regular expressions. But the trick you have to do is that you still have to change the commas to pipes when you're doing the regular expression match. So it's still a little bit of trouble. So I can't think of something easier to do, easier for this for now. And maybe in the future we could do a mass copy and paste for this, or just something else to some other way for you to specify a very long list of query values. So, but for now, this is the best workaround that I can think of. And I'll let you know if I think of any better workarounds after the webinar on the question sheet comments. And I'll also talk to our team on our regular meetings and see if we have another better solutions to query lots and lots of criteria for one single query. All right? Okay. Please see the workaround that I showed in the webinar. Basically, we replace all commas with pipes and query the customer list with a regular expression. Like the following. The Ragic means that the following text is a regular expression used to filter out records. Filter matching records. Okay, so it's like regex and this. So this part of means that this is a regular expression, and this part means that this is the regular expression that we want to use to match any of the any of the field values that matches any one of them. All right. Thank you for your question. All right, and that's it for the questions for today. And if you have any other questions, feel free to use the Ragic office hour sheet, and we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks to answer your questions. And thank you for all your feedback, and let's talk again in 2 weeks. See you.